Okay, good morning to one and all. I think this is our 7th webinar. We are conducting a faculty development program, and we are coming over this webinar this week. So I really thank Dr. Janaki Shivakumar, who is accepting our invitation, and on behalf of the management and organizing committee, I really welcome Dr. Janaki Shivakumar to giving a blended pedagogy on today's webinar. So I really thank the participants too, those who are involved in this webinar. I really grace to them, and I really admire the interest on handling or attending the webinars. So I think today's session will be very more informative, and whatever we are going to discuss and whatever we are going to demonstrate here is already known to us, but somewhat we are not able to use those kind of things in real time. So it's a time to go for regular practice of these kind of tools, and for our education sectors. I think it will be very useful to us for forthcoming days. I think this session is hand over to Dr. Janaki Shivakumar. Over to Janaki ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, all. Good morning, my dear friends. Just with your permission, I want to take 1 second break just to start my recording. I forgot to recording. Just to give me a break of 1 second, I'll come back.
Yeah, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am. Okay,
Good morning again to all. We are going to start the session. Please cooperate with me. All of my colleagues and my academicians. I hope many of you are in, I think, sir, Arun, sir, everybody is in higher education teaching. Nobody is a research scholars.
No,
I hope.
only
right?
the faculty members.
Only
Professor,
the
professor and associates.
Yeah, it's a great news. Since we are in the teaching higher education institutions, HEIs, there are some basic things which we need to learn, or we already know, but we are not in a state to implement. Now this COVID-19 made us or forced us to start running. We are about to run, but we hesitate to run. This COVID-19 pandemic, even though it's a stressful one, for an academicians and educators, I feel it's a good start. So with this sayings, I would like to start my presentation. So we are going to see who we are producing today. Today means not today, in this era, whose future is in our hands. What is Education 4.0? It's a subdomain of Industry Revolution 4.0. What challenges as an academicians or leadership qualities, management leaders from academic institutions, maybe HODs, vice principals, principals, what are the challenges we are facing? What kind of classrooms we are running currently? How we need to make a change? What is the current Indian scenario? And what is the expectations of NAAC? How each college IQAC team has to work towards that NAAC accreditation? And what are the tools that may be in the second session, but I want to give an introduction. What are the tools to facilitate your learning? From scratch to end, top, all the tools we are going to touch today, because since we are an academicians, we no need to start from ABCD. So we need only a hint, a spark to light the lamp. So that task only I am going to do today. Today we are undergoing some stress. More than 60 days we are inside home, managing family matters, work from home, work in home. Somebody is working home, parallelly work from home. So everything is possible now. Are we imagining the situation just 3 months before when the new year starts 2020? Definitely, if I ask me or any of my colleagues, I hope 99% people will say no. But sudden situation change. Everybody under pandemic COVID-19, we are in lockdown. Health crisis, economic crisis, and social movement, social engineering, everything becomes question mark, but there is a good in it. So as a human being, if anything happens to us, we need to see good in that. Why it happened, how we can move forward by taking a good out of it. So as an academician, as I working as an assistant professor in higher education institution, even from abroad, I am from Arab region, but basically I am a Tamilian, right? From your community. I am an academician from Tamil Nadu. But my teaching style related to Middle East little differ. The track is little change. But we know our pain, how we are managing or how we are balancing the student life with our work culture. So suddenly everything changes 180-degree from top to bottom. We don't know about Zoom. We don't know about use of Google Meet, Google Classrooms, WebEx meetings, onlines. We never thought about this situation. But this COVID-19 made impossible as possible. Everything becomes possible now. As a global emergency, everybody using implementation of technology, not only teachers, marketing people, accounting people, everybody using technology. So now we accepted the reality technology is important. It's a hard core of our life. Till now we used technology as a part of social media time killing activity like posting, tweeting, update status, DP changes. Mostly our circle, we are networked through social. Technology is used only for social networking. But now we are using as a productive way. As a teacher, we started rising remote teaching and students also adopted. They have no choice to say no. They are also adopted for remote learning. And I hope it is not a temporary solution. This will prolong, perhaps for long term. People will, the world, total world, globe will adopt to the technology. They will start and stick into this practice forever, not for a short period. So from this, what I understood is we know technology, but we don't know how to use. Is it important? Which place to use? How we can improve the effectiveness of teaching through technology? So we need a spark, or we need a person to just to give a key to our mind thoughts. Now, if my guess is correct, most of our Indian classrooms, so I named it as Indian classrooms, but actually the classroom model is called traditional classrooms, where I studied in a government school in India or a normal college in India, where my parents studied, where you studied, that mid 40s. Our teaching style is chalk and talk. What is the meaning of chalk and talk? We used to use 90% of our time in writing in board, rubbing. Writing in board and rubbing before chalk. Now maybe marker and whiteboard. That's the small difference. We are fully into book, following each and every concept of textbook without deviating out of the syllabus. Our lecture rooms are locked, covered. No student should turn their head. No student should look outside the window. Everybody focus should be on teacher's face, or everybody's face should be on board. Everybody has to take fast scribbling notes to refresh again in the evening if they really want to get the knowledge. Or some students, lethargically, they don't want to maintain any notes. They may still wait for the semester exams. That time they will start grabbing things, lecture materials, handwritten notes from friends, taking photocopies, and preparing themselves for exams. Our focus is, as an academicians, mostly focused on traditional classroom. As I said, it's a closed. We are not seeing what is beyond that syllabus. We are not seeing what is beyond the knowledge which is beyond the textbook. So I can say the Indian classrooms are called disconnected pedagogy. So we are generating, or we are creating the next generation leaders just to focusing on job, or just to focusing on feeding the knowledge from book to their brain. If they are engineers, they can search for only mechanical engineering job which they learned from 4 years of engineering course. They cannot learn, they are not getting opportunity to learn by themselves. They are not thinking out of box. We are not giving any opportunity, or we are not creating any platforms for them to think out of box. So this is a traditional Indian classrooms, and hope many of them are following the same. Now that's the traditional pattern in the mid before 10 years onwards slightly changed. We are preparing PPTs, overhead projectors, by using OHP sheets or by using a laptop. We are presenting in projectors. We are preparing our hard copy printouts and circulating to students as a notebook material, our own lecture materials, or we are circulating USB copies, or we are circulating CD copies in the form of recorded pattern, either video or audio, which is recorded already. So what we are doing in our system, we are, for example, today I have a class. Since I am an IT professor, assistant professor from IT department, so most probably many of my examples will come from IT side only. Please tolerate me if you are from other domain. See, for example, today is my class for Python programming. Just a programming subject. Today is my plan. A teaching plan is teaching Python, basics of Python. What I used to do, I will prepare PPT. I will present on time. If my class is at 10 o'clock, I will present on time in class, explain to students. Then later, after the session is over, I will share my PPT with my students for their understanding, to refresh their knowledge. But there is another type of classroom model is there. The same strategy. We have a digital notes, which is in the form of PPT or PDF or recorded audios and videos. But the small difference is the PPTs are already available in the hands of students before I start teaching. What is the meaning of before I start teaching? Student, one day before, 24 hours before, I will make ready my content of teaching for the upcoming session. I will share with my students. Students have an opportunity to go through it, get some idea, and come back and sit in my session in my classroom face-to-face learning. And based on the previous prior reading and simple understanding, whenever I spell or whenever I explain some terms, it's easy for them to recollect things which already they read it. From my notes. Even if they are not able to understand, there is a chance for them to again and answers. It's shareable, reusable. It's a small advancement from traditional classroom to flipped classroom. It is not fully technology oriented. This is not called education 4.0. I am in the traditional classroom pattern. We are delivering the content in classroom. Students are going back to home and working. But in flipped classroom model, the classroom is actually happening in home. They are coming to college campus to know more about or apply the knowledge in terms of practicals or demonstrations or experiments. Are you hearing me, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, fine. Right. Thank you. So synchronous learning is we are producing or we are in the mode of teaching and learning by maintaining the time. Same time, same place. Example is within your college campus. Same time, different place. Example is this webinar. We are all meeting in the same time, but we are residing in different places. Geolocations are different, but the time management is same. We need a tutor to dedicated tutor or instructor to deliver the class. This type of learning and teaching is called synchronous learning. This allows peer-to-peer interaction. That means the people in the group, the people in the Google Meet, they can talk each other, they can share their ideas. At the end of the session, you can share your ideas. There is a discussion groups. Anything is possible in synchronous learning. If you are moving back again to the next mode of teaching and learning, asynchronous learning, same concept, different place, but timing also different. What is the meaning of timing also different? I will record this session, what we are delivering now. This session, I will record it and I'll upload in my Google Drive, cloud, and I'll send a link to all the participants. And I will tell them, those who have a practical difficulty in attending on time, you just have a look into the recorded video in your own time, own face. Answer some assessments at the end of the day to get the certificate. So this is called asynchronous learning. You fix your time. When are you going to sit to gain the knowledge? The material or the content, knowledge as a pack is available in your hand, either in your cloud or in your, you can download and keep it with you permanently. So this is called asynchronous learning. Do it in your own time. But the major disadvantage is higher non-completion rates. People will not complete. They may postpone. We know human mentality. Instead of doing now, we will think that today till midnight, 12 o'clock time is there. One day session. The link will expire midnight only, so I can try it in the evening after having my lunch nicely. Then I will try. After having my family time, I will try. So the postponement will lead to non-completion rates. So this is called examples of media already recorded, not live sessions. Recorded audio, video, like YouTube video links which you are watching. Podcasts, you know, podcast, small video which we are recording and uploading. Am I audible to everyone? Because the connection is getting disconnected. So it's my duty to check. Right? Am I audible? Okay, fine. Right. Now in blended learning, I am integrating two separate models, paradigms, by using a technology, using ICT based LMS. You know ICT, Information Communication Technology, and LMS, I hope mostly 50% of the audience are very familiar about learning management system, LMS. The teaching is going through that LMS and ICT tools to the audience who are learners. The process of teaching takes place in the medium of technology, and it is reaching the audience who are the learners, students, or anybody. I'm developing my skills in future, faculty development program. Maybe I am a student now. So the output of learning goes through the medium. This is called blended learning. From industry revolutions, it is a need of an hour. We need to relate Industry Revolution 4.0 with Education 4.0. So we all know Industry Revolution is going on. It's going to end in the era. Next Industry 5.0 is coming, but still we are in 4.0, not equipped with complete 4.0. So Industry 4.0 is the major core component of IR 4.0 is technology. Even in depth, if we want to teach, it's not a motto of our objective of our today's session, but just to give an introduction of IR 4.0, IoT, smart devices, cyber-based systems, cyber-physical systems, robots, everything, artificial intelligence, machine learning, everything covers in IR 4.0. So without technology, we cannot achieve IR 4.0. So why I am talking about IR 4.0? Because our students are going to work in the era of IR 4.0. We are producing the outputs. We are producing the next generation leaders, those who are going to compete in the job industry. Without fully packed with the technology knowledge, Either you are a literature student or a economic student or a chemistry student, irrespective of any domain, no problem at all. Before, computer is only for computer science students. It's their own property. Now it's not like that. Artist, cookery, bakery, any tourism, any part you take a domain, everybody needs to equip with technology. So we need to equip our students for Industry 4.0 era if they are equipped fully with technology. Just using PowerPoint slides or just using recorded audio video is education 2.0. Making it available anytime, share with the cloud mode anytime, is called education 3.0. Different approaches like evaluation, assessment, feedback, discussion panels, whatever mode of teaching you are imagining in your classroom activity, everything is possible. If you want to give an assignment online, yes, possible. If you want to get the feedback from student online, yes, it's possible. If you want to give the grade back to students, yes, it's possible. If you want to conduct 3 hours of online examination, yes, it's possible. You want to refer last year materials to this again to reproduce to this year students, yes, it's possible. You want to access the Oxford University material by sitting in your office room, yes, it's possible. So you are collaborating everything into a single name called education 4.0. So it's a collaborative environment which uses technology as a collaboration, not as a tool. Merged, you cannot separate it. Like milk and water, you cannot separate it. The same logic, you are blending it. Later, you cannot separate it. So that blending model of education is called education 4.0. That IR 4.0, which I talk about AI, artificial intelligence, replace many skills. Suppose if I am producing my student, those who are graduating this year with the BSc honors with the big data analytics, the student is coming out with a degree. I cannot guarantee the student is fit for industry, because industry with the deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence replaces human skills. Artificial intelligence is doing the analytical work. It's doing technical skills, operations. It finds problem solving techniques. It's learned by itself, self-learning phase. And by using artificial intelligence, one mode of teaching can be converted into many languages. For example, if my mode of communication today is in English, suppose if you want to hear it in Tamil, in your native language, if you want to convert in French, everything is possible. So artificial intelligence is taking the control over all the areas. So this is not the students' bread. Students are already losing the bread. It is not in their hands. It is in the hands of AI techniques and machine learning, deep learning. Then now the big question. Then what we are preparing? How we have to prepare our students to the industry? What are the skills that are important for my students when they come out with the knowledge of degree with minimum 70%, passing 50%, first class 75%, whatever the scale depends upon the university grading scale. If the student is distinct in the knowledge, will it give a guarantee of shining in the future job? No. So I need to give, first I need to understand whom I am dealing with. I am not dealing with the small child, kids. I am not in a school education. I am in a college education. I am in higher education industry. It's an industry, it's a business. Before we used to tell academics and colleges are institutions, and now it's a product. It's not a service. It's a product. So the customer in my hand is our youngsters. This today's generation youngsters, even I am also young. I feel young in my mind, but I am in mid of 40s. But at the same time, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, it's okay because I had a doubt because 2 times it got glitch, no? So that's what. Okay, fine, fine. My students, those I am molding, the students, in their hands, what is their nature? Before I am very submissive, respectful to my teacher. I get fear when I see my lecturer in the classroom corridors. I give service to my teachers. I still remember my teacher. When I think about some teachers in my college and school, I get panic in my sudden fear will come in my mind. So everything is that generation is over. Now the youngsters, they want to learn everything quick. They want to grab everything. If you are giving them remote control of your TV in their hands, they will switch often. Whenever the ad break comes, whenever they want to change, get bored, they will get bored in one media within 10 minutes. They want everything fast. They want to grab quickly. To keep their attention in a classroom of 1 hour class, it's very difficult. Before, what I used to do as a student, I used to write all the notes in my notebook continuously. Before teacher is rubbing, I used to take notes because that is the only medium for me to learn in future, later to refresh. I will not get any other resources. But now if they go to IIT website, IIM website, everything better than a classroom teacher, everything is available. So their attention is distracted. How I am going to equip as a teacher, how I am going to shine, how I am going to be sit in their minds as a top facilitator, as a leading teacher. That's my great difficulty. That is my struggle, not my knowledge. How I am equipping myself in technology to go in phase with the students' mentality. They are very good in technology. They know many apps than me. How to hack Wi-Fi passwords, how to grab, and they are very good in surfing. They are very good in asking questions. They learn to love. They love to learn any place, anywhere. Suppose if they are traveling for 3 hours, if they watch one video, that's enough for them. With Wi-Fi, with their data card, if they are ready to watch, they don't want a closed room atmosphere like a traditional classroom. So, teacher, we have to change ourselves. I want to tell one quote here because continuous teaching will not, continuous communication of one way will not work out. See, today's students are telling, you tell me, that means you teach me. Tell like a description, just reading a textbook, copying or vomiting out what is there in the textbook as a lecturer. They will forget. If I teach with a little explanation, how it comes, why it is like this, why it is written here, the word, what is the interpreted meaning of the sentence given in the textbook. If I'm explaining little bit more better, which is called teaching, then they will remember. But if I involve them in teaching, if I involve them in classroom, I will explain in future what is involved. Then they will learn. What is involvement? I need to change myself. Change within us as a teacher, as an academician, as an assistant professor. What I need to do to tackle the next generation youngsters. Allow GSM. Let them use GSM inside your classrooms, but not on their own fees. You take a control of their GSM. You make them busy with GSM by your questionnaires, with your feedback, with your questions, with your medium of teaching. Allow GSMs. If the students are using mobile phones, we are shouting at them, go out. But we need to use, because GSM is our third hand, not only for students, even for me, even for my school-going child. Without mobile, today's world, we cannot imagine. So allow GSM. Allow scale-up classes. What is called scale-up classes? Tutorial classes. You make the students in a group. For example, I am teaching them marketing. For example, marketing. I am making them in a group. Students as a group. I am giving them. Right, I am in the mode. Right, sorry. I am giving them a small topic which I haven't taught in classroom. I am not teaching in classroom. They don't know anything. Teacher has not initiated anything about the topic. Advertisement. Beauty tips. Beauty product advertisements. It's a title I am giving to students. They have to sit together as a group of students, as a four in a round bench manner, round table conference manner, inside the classroom. Allow them to talk, shout, laugh, anything. Allow it for an hour. Let them come up with one page of write-up by using technology, by using referring books, or by using any YouTube materials. Come up with the solution. So if I am teaching a course outcome, if I am taking a syllabi of chapter 1, in the chapter 1, it's my duty to make them study by themselves, self-learning phase. They have to learn by self, not with tutor instructed learning. Allow them to learn by themselves. Allow them peer tutoring. Teach each other. If one student is not understanding the concept, make a presentation. Find out one bright student, those who has good communication, presentation skill, bring them in the front. Let them produce. Let them produce their knowledge. Peer tutoring. Student to student teaching. Treat each student as an individual. Don't name with the cap of student. You are student, so you keep quiet. Listen to me. Don't go with that mentality. Give them opportunities. Give them, recommend them some online courses, material which are freely available. So for all these things, what I have to do, I have to be techie. I have to be technology enabled teacher. I have to prepare myself priorly to make them engage in class. Instead of simply sitting and watching, listening, physically present, mentally absent, and abscond from class, and sleeping, mentally distracted. So to avoid these kind of scenarios, we need to engage. We need to involve students in classrooms. This change has to come within us. The pedagogy, the teaching model, pattern, paradigm, which involves digital education in today's world. Without digital education, you cannot imagine education. Technology is important. Technology is very, very important to the teaching part. Without digital technology, you cannot imagine education in higher education institutions. When you involve technology, you no need to bother about bright student, dull student. You no need to bother about front bench, back bench, highly active, dull. Maybe the student have plenty of knowledge in his brain, but he is feeling shy to respond in the public. When you are asking question in classroom, maybe the student feels hesitate or shy to answer the question, but he knows the answer. How to bring out? You make them online questionnaire, feedback, collect the answer in online, right? That's what we are going to do now. All are ready? I'm stopping my presentation here just for a moment, sir. Dear all participants. Hello? Yeah. Just every participant, it's just a 1 minute task from their mobile. They can open my screen is visible. I hope visible. Just to open the slido.com. Open the slido.com. Is it possible for participants? It's okay to open just a 2 minutes session. Are you hearing me? Is my instructions clear? Yeah, please open slido.com. Even if you want, I will type it in chat room. www.slido.com. That link is available in chat room. Right? Are you hearing me, everybody? So now I am going to give a small event for you, small task to you. So I'm giving you, you just type the code as 79001. When you open the Slido chat room, 79001, code 79001. Thanks, sir. Arun sir, thanks for sharing the code. Now I am just passing my poll to you all. Is everybody is getting my poll? Are you getting my poll? No? So since it's a remote learning, maybe it is taking a much time. If you are doing this activity inside your classroom activity, it may be interactive with the students. Students feel happy and you can get the feedback of your session. Suppose if you are taking for 2 hours, every 20 minutes once you can ask questions through this poll. Yeah, poll is available. Somebody is reporting it. Please try. Shall I? Yeah, poll is activate now. Poll is active now. I hope it's active now. No? Some of them are saying yes, got it. Some of them are saying no. Yeah, I hope it is available. See, at the end of the poll, just for a one question, most of the Indian classrooms are questions are 3 types: traditional classrooms, flipped classrooms, blended classroom. I can see the answer here. Even if it's a trial mode only, even I can see which student is answered. Which answers. The expectation of my answer is traditional classroom. So 95% of the audience are reported as traditional classrooms. So what I taught is reached you. That is the feedback activity. So this is a simple activity which you can try. Even in your classroom, no need to be equipped with all laptops or network connectivity, nothing. You can try from your mobile to student's mobile. Just everybody is having a mobile. So mobile to mobile activity. That also possible. It's a small trial session, complete takeover of learning management system. These are all small gamification activities. So I'm not going to spend. Thanks for participating in the poll. I would like to continue my poll again. One more poll. Just you can take it as a time killing activity. You can get to relax from my teaching. Next poll I have released. Next poll I have released. Are you able to get my poll? So it is cost effective. It's not, you don't need any management. Our management will not support, ma'am. They will not spend money in it. I have given a proposal for doing this. Many of them are finding excuses to do. Even from me, I'm also telling, when I propose a new idea, new pedagogy to my management, based on their financial statements, they may take a positive reply, or sometimes it may get rejected, proposal. So these are the small things to make yourself interactive, to get a good name on your student community. The student will remember you forever if you are interact with this. If you are going and opening without seeing anybody's face, if you are continuously talking, no one will remember. Honestly, 100% sure, I'm telling, after 2 years, everyone will move on. But if you are with the technology, if you are keeping with your students, even I suggest, even here in Middle East, I don't know about their Indian system, we have Twitter groups for our classes. We have Instagram group for our classes. Student will post, tweet, teacher is involved in that. Teacher will post any material. If I get, I can share with my friends. Students are my friends because they are in my social media group, right? So there's all small initiatives, a small lighting a candle to remove the darkness. That's it enough, right? Just we see the presenting the poll. Slide IO, that server is little slow. Right, this webinar is right. Some of them has written blended classroom, blended webinar, seminar. I hope it is not seminar. Okay, pedagogical skills. About this webinar is about. But my question is, webinar is a kind of blended webinar. Very good. It's a very good answer from your side. Thanks for participating in poll. We will switch back to the classroom. Blended classroom. Again, I want to stress the word blended classroom. So we are in digital pedagogy. We need to use technology. Suppose you are a teacher, or maybe a head of the department, maybe a vice principal, maybe a program coordinator, whoever it is, maybe IQAC team leader in your institution. I think, sir, Arun sir, many IQAC members are there. Internal Quality Assurance Cell from each HEI.
Yes, ma'am. One or two
are there many members?
One or two.
Yeah, definitely will be there. Right. Whoever it is. Basically, we are an academicians. So now I want to transform the word academicians into techie. Usually we will tell techie, the word is the person who is working in IT industry, techie. But they are not techies. They are only I think most of them knows Tamil. Just I want to, with your permission, sir, I want to say something in Tamil. Kadivalam kattina kudire.
Sure, ma'am.
I think you may understand. They are doing repeatedly doing the same again and again. Yeah, that's what. Just one word only. I'm not continuing with the Tamil mode. Doing repeatedly the same work. That is not techie. Techie is, we have to be a techie. We need to explore many activities. We need to touch the cyber. Even I am okay with it to touch the darknet. You go and grab things for your students. Our higher education will get student retention, more student admission in future. Not based on what course I am in my college. I am offering aviation. Students are coming more. In the surroundings of Salem or Krishnapalli, that district, there is no financial courses for banking sector. So students I will get more students. No matter now, all courses are online. Many higher education institutions are there. No matter what course we are offering. The matter is what approach we are following, what pedagogy we are following for teaching. Are we following flipped classroom? Are we following traditional classroom? Are we going with blended classrooms? That approach will speak out. Students will go and tell to their community, to their friends in neighborhood colleges. In our college, we are following this. We are using this technology. We are well advanced. Our college is equipped fully with this. So that matter of approach is important. Because today's, as I said a little before, higher education is both product as well as process. It's a product. Sorry. Don't think technology as a separate part. At the same time, technology will not turn bad teacher to good teacher. I am using all technology, but I don't know how to explain the basic concept of AI. What is syntax and semantics of programming? If I don't know how to explain, I am not a good teacher. But however, good teacher always uses technology. Because technology is running fast. We need to run along with that speed. Otherwise, we will not win in the game, race. Before, I hope many till 90% of our classrooms are teacher-centric education. Teacher only talks 90%. Student will never talk. Even if we ask a question also, student will not open their mouth. Teacher-centric education. We need to move out from teacher-centric education to student-centric education. That is the role of this facilitator. We need to be a great facilitator. We need to be a great techie also. Also, technology will not support students, not only to support students, to support us. We can learn many things. If we learn technology, we can learn many things. By learning, you will teach. By teaching, you will learn. So keep on lifetime learners only be a great academicians. I studied my college 2002. I got my PhD in 2006, finished with that same stuff. I am again and again repeating. I will not become an academician. I am only a tutor. What are the personalized actions? What are the steps as an assistant professor, as a teacher? I want to support my students. What I have to do? Do anything. Any scratch, any initial startup is okay. Whatever you feel to do with the technology, try to do it. 1 day, 2 hour session. 20 minutes you try. 10 minutes you try. Initially, it will become a difficult. Students will not understand. Connecting to the technology will take time. Once the total phase, the total session of students are comfort, they come into the comfort zone, then it will become a smooth ending. Don't wait for like this kind of FDP. Somebody has to come and give faculty development program to teach me how to use technology. Don't wait. You start learning by yourself. We are learners. Don't expect any spoon feeding. But FDP is a mandatory. It's a part of a institution goals, institution setups. It's a part. Okay. But don't wait for that moment. You create resources. Create resources using technology. For example, the second point of my personalized mission. See, what is the presentation style which I am following now? Anybody, please? What is the presentation style which I am following now? What is the presentation style? Any one or two, please type it in your text box. What is the presentation style which I am following it now? How I am presenting my knowledge to you. Right? Blended classroom. But I am using PowerPoint shows. Am I right? I'm using PowerPoint show. This everybody know how to use PowerPoint, create slides, animate, transition, everything everybody know. But by looking into my screen, I want to show something different. Every time same style. Even in food we need different flavor. So this is another way of presenting skills. Cloud-based presentation. Mind map. It is called mind map. Sorry for the delay, a bit delay in loading. But I would like to show you some innovative skills which we need to follow in each and every activity of teaching and learning. See, instead of presenting like a PPT, I'm going to present by using cloud-based presentation pattern. I'm going to present it now. See, look, image feature extraction. So when I move next to slide, are you seeing my screen? It will come in a different way. It will move like a video multimedia tool. What are the different styles? It will go back and come front. It's a kind of presentation, but not like a traditional Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. It's a cloud-based presentation. Are you seeing my screen? I hope it's visible. So this is another way of presenting skill. Is it okay with everyone? Right. This is called MindMister. Even if I share, you can see my screen, my PPT, and the link I am sharing in chat box. You can try out how to create. It's a free. So to some extent, many tools are free of cost. You no need to spend a penny to deliver technology-oriented classes to some extent, to make the class interactive, to give a collaborative teaching learning environment. It is not cost-based. It is effort-based. You have to show your effort on it. That's all. You have to show your effort. So now coming back here, try knowledge in technology, give online tests and quizzes like MCQs. Now, just now I have given a Slido. Get feedback from students. Give them independent learning like scale-up classes, peer tutoring. All you can take from your hand. Nobody is going to stop you. You start your techie classes, collaborated blended learning classes without spending even a single paisa. So this is from countermeasure which you have to initiate from your side. How to accelerate learning and teaching digitally? Either from your side, teaching side or learning side. You create electronic dictionary related to theme. For example, if you are teaching operating system, if you are teaching economics, all the terminologies related to that subject, key terms, like glossary of terms, you make a dictionary. Anytime student can access it. You provide the link. Poster presentations. You give students one day, make one A4 size or A3 size paper, post it in classroom walls. Each student have to choose their own topic. Poster presentations. PowerPoint presentation, student and you can present in any model, like I said, cloud-based PowerPoint presentation. Create vignettes. The vignette means a small video clippings, like web series, small short films, YouTubes, like Simle, what you are creating, no TikTok. These are called vignettes. TikTok is a vignette. Students are very good in making TikToks. You make use of them for your teaching, their learning. Instructional videos as a mean of peer instructions. Tell them to use academic platform other than social platform. Also, we need to train them in academic platforms, which we are going to see in the next session. Formal academic platforms. Till now, I am telling which you can do from any open source, which you can do initiate from your side. The next session, we are going to see a complete academic platform, a complete digital classroom. At the same time, our Indian government has initiated many ICT initiatives. Whether we are using or not using, it's a big question mark. I used to monitor all the progress of Indian government, especially higher education department. They are providing plenty of supports to all, even remote colleges. It's not for only IIT. They are providing fund. It is only for IIM. They are providing fund. We are all self-finance colleges. Not like that. There are some government sources, resources, which are made available to all students and academicians, which we need to incorporate into our teaching. These are some digital sources by our Indian government. Number one, see, there is a e-Padasala. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Am I right? Right. Now, see that some of the digital resources which are available, which are made free by our Indian government. One of the digital platform is e-Padasala. It's a learning platform, both for teachers and students. You can search any material, YouTube's, see, for example, I am in computer science platform, Student Corner. If I want to learn about computer graphics and visualization, this e-Padasala will give you all computer graphics materials, all chapters, everything I can view. See, I am seeing that video, even text, PDF, everything I can download. So this is one of the platform which the government is providing to us to incorporate PDF. Is here. See, this is e-text. PDF is available. You no need to go for bookshops to search book and running to the library. It's everything in your hand, everything in your pocket, because mobile is always in our pockets. So this is one of the platform which government is providing. Another one platform is Swayam Central. Another one is called Shakti. There are many platforms. And YouTube platform. Say this is for e-Padasala. This link I will share with you at the end of the session. See this module, syllabus, notes, worked out examples, everything you can see related to your. Another one is again course catalog. You can search from course, which course, from which university, which education, law, humanities. You can try take. For example, I am taking from education, teacher education, B.Ed, B.Ed M.Ed materials. If I want to take B.Ed M.Ed material, I can take. So if you are a B.Ed M.Ed teacher, if in your college B.Ed M.Ed courses you are offering, you prescribe them this platform to learn, to gain knowledge extra. Don't stick on to your material. Don't stick on to your own traditional way. Open the door, to open the window. Let the air comes. So this is another one, and some more are there. If you are in robotics, Yantra. If you are in National Academic Depository, separate is there, full depository, everything, and spoken tutorial. Many of you during this FDP sessions, you might have heard spoken tutorial from IIT. They have repositories. So these are the digital repositories which is provided by our government to make us technology-oriented collaborator teaching and learning environment. Now, before going into a complete pedagogical, digital pedagogy classroom, Arun sir? Hello, Arun sir? Either Arun sir or Prince sir?
Yes, listen.
Anybody
Ma'am.
is here?
Yeah, here. It's audible, ma'am.
Sir, time limit for me for the session?
So you can take it, ma'am.
Okay, time limit for me to this session?
I think we are delayed by the 10 minutes. So
because to continue with,
yeah.
Right.
So once we finish
till 11:30, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So these are the, before going on to a complete pedagogical demo class, which we are going to see in the next session, we need to focus on where we are working. We are in which demographic location? We are in India. So we have to go in line with NAC. What is NAC? Anybody? NAC. I will give you another break, shifting my presentation. I hope yesterday in your WhatsApp group, you might have downloaded the Kahoot app. So we will move on to another app, starting from this NAC. I hope it's okay with you. With your silent permissions, I am moving on to Kahoot, taking as granted. Everybody, please open your Kahoot app. Yeah, 1 second, pin I will generate. The link for the government sources, which I show you 2-3 links, like e-Padasala, Swayam Sakti, all the link I will send you by my material as a PDF after the session got over. So no need to worry. Kahoot is a platform, gamification platform. It's not like Slido, same like Slido only. But today here I want to teach you how to create Kahoot as a teacher. Now you are a player, you are a student. I am a tutor. I am giving some questions, you are answering it. How you have to create your platform, right? It's nothing. It's a free of cost up to 10 questions. Only if you go for polling and quizzes, you need to pay for a very less amount, around 200 to 300 rupees. Other than that, it's okay. Create. It's a all GUI based platform only. You no need to write any coding, just click and create. Even if you are not a computer science domain, it's very easy. Kahoot platform, as a teacher, how you have to use it. Right? See, now here, after you get a small normal subscription of login sign up, you have to go here. Here you can see many my Kahoots. My Kahoot, Muscat College Kahoot, shared with me from my friends, everything you can see. So this my Kahoot already I have created. I think my screen is visible. Maybe it is a little dull in gray color, but I hope it's visible. It's my Kahoot, but if you want to create a new Kahoot, click here, create. Create a new Kahoot as a tutor. Now everybody, I hope you have entered as a student. I hope. Am I right? You have entered as a student. Now, when you want to blend with your teaching, you have to create a Kahoot as a teacher, creator. So you have to create as a teacher, then you can share the pin with your students. How I am doing it now. New Kahoot, create, I created. It's very simple. Quiz. Left side you are seeing a quiz. Add question. Which type of question you want to add? Quiz based, true or false based, or writing a open-ended means you have to type the answer. Puzzle. 4 answers will be there. You have to choose one, or which is first and second and third. You have to arrange it. You have to give a poll. You can write, you can create. I will send you a simple slide. You have to answer it from the slide. Every student will get separate slide. But unfortunately here, the whichever is with the crown, that orange color crown, all are payment mode. So if you want to try these options, you have to get a payment version. But again, I insist, payment is very less. No problem. You can try it without 300, 400 rupees if you are worth for it. This is a worth. But as a trial session to initiate, to learn from technology or blended classrooms, add questions. Which type of question you want to create? Quiz. I want to create a quiz. So quiz is nothing but multiple choice questions. I am creating a quiz. When today's simple. Today. Just I'm making it today. Tuesday. Friday. 4 answer. Saturday. Sunday. So which is the correct answer? Today is Friday. So I am taking it as correct answer. And I am making the seconds from 20 to 30 because it's a remote. It has to reach you and come back to me. So it may take time. If it is a classroom environment, if you are using the same local college Wi-Fi or local network, then no need to 30 seconds. Only 20 seconds is enough. Right? Now done. Oh, today is gone. Answer is Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So today is Friday. I'm changing into 30 seconds. Done. Title, sample. I'm giving the today's Kahoot as sample. Continue. Right? So my Kahoot is created. Done. I don't want to test because already I have an experience. Kahoot will work. So if you want trying first time, you try with the testing mode. Now sample Kahoot. There is a green button here. I am going to click this. That means my Kahoot will start. Right? I am going to teach. Assign means later. Anytime you can do it. Teach means now, immediately. Now immediately. Everybody please wait in the chat room. You can see the pin. Type the pin and answer. So classic 1-to-1. I am using classic model 1-to-1. It's not team to team. I am using classic model 1-to-1. Ready to join? Everybody. So this pin number 9647025. Please everybody type in your Kahoot app 9647025. Ready? 9647025. question is available in chat room. Are you ready? Shall I start? One player has been joined, only one, two players, 4 players. So you can see my screen, how many of them are joining with their code. I'll wait for 2-3 minutes, then I will start. So this is the way as a teacher you have to create Kahoot. It may take only 10 minutes or 5 minutes of time to create. It will make your session interactive. Students will love to come and sit in your class. I hope waiting is enough. I will start. Already 4 players have joined. Sample. 2 questions. Quiz 1 today. So it depends upon the color what you are seeing in the screen. That color pattern based on the day, correct answer you have to click. You will see only colors in your screen. You will not see the answer. You will see only color and patterns. Diamond, circle, triangle, square. So you just click in the diamonds, and most probably this type of games will helpful to find presence of mind. Those who are answering immediately, presence of mind, those who are present in class, active. Not like answer is correct or not. This type of games are helpful not to check whether your answer is correct or not. Mostly it will help to check whether students are active or not. Immediate response, quick answers from students. Right, 7 of them have given. Maybe by just for a trial they might have given. Media, I didn't add anything. So next if you go, so you can see who has answered first. Mr. Prince has answered first. Arul second. Miss Gauri. Like this, it will go on. Topper in the scoreboard. This can be made as visible if you are having a projector-based classroom. Yeah, applause is enough for students. A great applause. Just recognition is enough for students to make them active, interactive. Then they will wait and keenly watch your session to answer to the next question after 20 minutes when the break comes. Otherwise, they want to get a clap. Right? So this is the way how you can make them interactive. Now as I said, demography based teaching and learning is very, very important. I am sitting in Middle East region. I cannot implement Indian based system here. At the same time, what I am telling, whatever I am using, my quality aspects, my country's quality aspects where I am teaching, where I am residing, that is different. Our country, our nation, not yours, sorry. Our nation's education system, their quality aspects, their accreditation procedures are different. So we need to focus parallelly the accreditation as well as teaching. So only I am going in a different mode of teaching, technology oriented. So I will not focus on quality based teaching. That won't work out. We cannot withstand in the field. So focus of NAAC is very, very important. So these are the 7 factors which NAAC is focusing. Aspects. Curriculum should be correct. Teaching and learning. They are evaluating teaching and learning. They are evaluating research consultancy, infrastructure, learning resources, student support and progression of students, governance, leadership and management, how your college body is working, who is the stakeholders, institutional values and best practices. So these are the things where NAAC is taking as a criteria points to evaluate and give an accreditation certificate. In that, purposefully, I made 3 points as red color because which is not in our hand as an academician. Curriculum, we are not designing because most of us are from affiliated colleges from the universities. So we are delivering the curriculum only. We are not designing the curriculum. So we are not involved in it. So leave it. Teaching and learning is our core part. Teaching, learning, evaluation is our core duty. So that area, how to use technology. Research, consultancy, extension is a part of our teaching. Maybe we will take research fully into our students or develop our research skills. There is a separate technology-oriented tools are available like Mendeley, EndNote. But today we are not going to discuss about this because it needs some more time. This one-day session is not enough. How to enhance my research, unleash my research skills. How to use technology, how to use tools in research. How to do citation, how to do references, how to do grammar checking, everything like research-oriented technology skills that I am not going to touch today. Infrastructure and learning resources, as I said, complete classroom infrastructure, resources which we are going to use. Student support, how we are going to support student 24/7. Governance, and we are not involved into management, stakeholders and share and our trustee members. We are not involved into that. Institutional values and best practice. We can recommend to the management what are the best practices for our institutions. So whichever in black color, it's in our hand, a core duty of as an academician. So now we all, I think most of us heard about this outcomes. We are not like blind teaching. We are in outcome-based teaching, outcome-based education. NAC is expecting outcome-based education. We need to achieve our objective is achieving the outcomes. If you are delivering, if a college is delivering BSc Big Data Analytics, that program has some outcomes. Inside there are 20 courses, computer graphics, data analytics using R, Python, AI, machine learning. These are the courses. For each course, there is an outcome. For college, there is an outcome which is called graduate attributes. Employability skills, communication skills, team working skills, interpersonal skills, soft skills. This all comes under graduate attributes. So when we use blended learning, we need to focus on all learning outcomes. Program learning outcomes, course learning outcomes, graduate learning outcomes. All we have to concentrate. HEIs have separate IQAC cell, internal quality assurance cell. That cell has to initiate. See, till now, whatever I told is individual perspective, individual initiative, what as a teacher, what as an academician I can step ahead, step forward towards technology. Now, if you want to implement, if you take an initiative to the whole HEI, like you are going to buy a tool, you are making a virtual platform, you are buying a cloud-based teaching learning platform. This all recommendation will go from IQAC team to management. Collaborative teaching, learning, embed with the technology. At the same time, IQAC will have to maintain the quality in the technology-oriented classrooms. There is no cheating, no plagiarism, no similarity work. Students are not disconnected with the network during the examination time. This all has to be taken care by quality team. Adopt innovative, unique learning and teaching pedagogy to your HEI. At the same time, you have to use industry-based approach also, which will helpful for employability skills, which is one of the graduate attributes. As a teacher, ICT is not the future of education, it's a present. we need to invest in ICT. Either you invest cost or you invest your time, whatever it is, but ICT is compulsory. You need to integrate technology seamlessly. What is the meaning of seamlessly? You cannot separate technology and syllabus separate. Technology together syllabus. Curriculum instead of viewing it as an add-on. Don't think that what I am teaching is extra. What I am giving is extra. Blended learning. Try to give us a blended learning. Now, Arun sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I would
Yes,
like
ma'am.
to stop here because this is for second session.
Okay, ma'am. We'll continue on the
3 to
second section
5.
afternoon 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Bloom's
Sure,
taxonomy.
ma'am.
Now I will wait for the audience questions. 5 minutes. If anybody, you
Audience,
one
you
by
can
one, you
ask your
please
doubts and questions in the chat box.
unmute your mic